Alright, so, who wants to learn how to play with other people? I know you do, right? Strength in One here trying to give us another lesson, or give you a lesson for that matter, on Warframe. And these are the Warframes out of the bunch that I use on a regular basis that help out other players and not just yourself. And I say that because you can still play this game on a regular basis in co-op mode, and cooperatively, publicly, if you invite people, or at the same time with friends. All right. So the first one on the list is the one that you see here, and the one man out the bunch that I cannot fucking stand, and that is Volts. So if you bring him out, right, and I'll do the simulation here. Shocks everybody in sight. Makes you fast as hell. I'm gonna come use your combative melee abilities.
Gotta admit, I made that look cool.
And with the build that I have here, right, I'm also giving you extra energy and strength for that matter. And that's with the use of bright bonnets here on his one, along with capacitance, which basically gives everybody shielding as long as I continue to basically discharge all over the place. And yes, I know how that shit sounds. So anyway, going to the
I
list that
cleaned
I
my
have.
room, Mom, I promise. Huh? Where are we? What time is it?
That's my first time hearing that shit in my life. The next one on my list is Jade. Removing her first for dispensary while keeping everything else. Keeping her strength high as possible, keeping her range a little bit, keeping her duration pretty damn high. Basically, all I'm doing is keeping her on in the air the entire time. While at the same time, in case I'm also trying to help my peers out, or Phantom Eyes can resurrect them if needed, while also power other 7 I can switch to shields while keeping her shields going the entire time. So no matter what, if my shields go down a little bit or their shields go down, they'll still keep going back up. Yep. Call her the Variable Warframe. Weird name, huh? The next one I have on my list is Wisp. Yep. Everybody knows about the proto frame that's supposed to be coming out soon with her, huh? So anyway, Wisp Prime I have for Arcane Hotshot and Arcane Escapist. I'm using two different ones, Cataclysmic Gate and Fused Reservoir, where her reservoirs will stay with you the entire time for about 30-some seconds, while Cataclysmic Gate, basically you just throw the Flaming Testicle at one spot, and yeah, it just brings out all this radiation damage to them. But here's the other part too. You have Research that's over here, where basically gives you out a damage multiplier while also stuns said targets. I removed her second for Pillage, which gives you a full-on armor strip. So like I said, got her first, Pillage, Resurge if possible, and then Soldier, or Cataclysmic Gate for that matter. Yep, and these balls only last for but so much time, so if you want to add more duration, go right on ahead. The next one I have on this list is Korra Prime, and I really do mean this, I only use Korra for farming when I'm in groups. I have OJ Korra, which mostly works on her Whip Claw, with Pillage on her fourth ability, or Capitalist Korra, where I am just strangling enemies on a regular basis while also pulling them in. And I can demonstrate it like this, where I'm going to first bring this out over here. And watch them dangle a bit. Now, mind you, the damage is pretty low. And if I were to do this with much lower level enemies, they would have died a hell of a lot faster. So I'll just kill them off real quick. And then instead of them being at 190, I'll bring them out to level 20. And I'll turn Still Path off. So again, I'll simulate. Oops. Hold on. There we go. So the core farming build is mostly for low-level players, mostly because of those saying, "Hey, I need materials. Hey, I need this. Hey, I need that." And you say to yourself, "Okay, let's bring out core prime," and you can just farm up materials and just stay there while your fellow baby Tenno tries his or her best to stay alive. The next one I have on this list is Dante. To me, he's more of an end game. I'm trying to keep everybody alive on a regular basis Warframe. And with my build I have here of adaptation, just in case you're just a fan, with Blind Rage, Arca Secrets, you get the whole picture. With Arcane Hotshot, and this is mostly because I'm using his book the entire time. I'm not really using anything else weapon-wise except his book. And as you can see with his book, I've done red crits with this book on a regular basis. So, it's not really that hard to do. But the other part too is at the right, you also have the skills. First, bring out your book. 1, 2, overguard over time. 1, 2, free book. Flying books that stay with you and just taunt enemies on a regular basis. And this is what I meant by when it came to the red crits. Or comes to the red crits. I can't tell that. Oh, they're too weak. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let's bring that to 190. 195. Still path. And there we go. Yep, tier 1 red crit. So you have a tier 1 red crit Dante, who can also keep your pairs alive. The next one I have on this list is Hildren. All you have to do is keep her in the air. That's it. Keep Haven going, as you're basically keeping all the enemies in place. At the same time, all you are really doing is using R3 if you're on PlayStation, or basically your alternate fire. And this only works if you have perf 1, 3, and 4 active the entire time. Otherwise, this build won't work. And this build consists of Aegis Gale and Blazing Pillage as her augments, along with Arcane Hotshot, in order for you to help out with the crit chance of her Balefire. Balefire, I believe it's called, right? There we go. And the Balefire that's over here, where the abysmal critical chance of 15% will continue to go up. And the reason why I am not using, what is it called? Secondary Enervate, but I'm using Cascadia Flare is because I want that damage ramp up instead. Alright. Then, one other Warframe I can think of that's really useful when it comes to team-based combat is Equinox. The more damage that you do, the better that she will work. And the only reason I'm going to be using the Tord is because it's one of the easiest weapons for everybody to use in this game. And here's how she works. First, I'm a Mori, Pacify and Provoke, and then Name. And I'm going to pause them this time because she's kind of on the fragile side. If you notice on the top right hand corner of your screen, you see the 100% with Formend along with the 2.94 million. That 2.94 million, basically a percentage of that is going to be dealt out as a massive slash damage attack. The higher this number is, the more enemies you can kill right off the bat. And you'll see why in a moment. I'm going to bring them out one more time. Simulate. 5.89 million. I'm guessing you should be able to actually use her fourth now. So what you do is that go into her pants form or her day form. Pop. Go back into her night. Do her 3, do her 4, and repeat the process over and over. So, the build is shown here. You must have energy transfer in order for this to work, otherwise you cannot pop her fourth like you're supposed to. Arcane Escapist is also here to help you out when it comes to keeping you alive. Archon Flown for the extra energy in case your pet brings out cold using either the weapon or any form of skills, and preparation because you do want to start out with energy as fast as possible. Or as easily as possible, I should say. The next one I have on this list, I'm trying to think of which one it was, Vauban. Everybody likes their balls, right? Nourish. Let's bring out the enemies. Before I do that, actually, I'm going to use his fourth. Then bring out his enemies. Simulate. They're all grouped up. And what my pet is going to do is going to help me with my arcane hotshot. And look at that. Orange crits everywhere, huh? Now, mind you, does he have problems when it comes to survivability? Yeah, yes he does. But at the same time, though, right, as long as you keep your distance and just mostly focus on him when it comes to defense missions, you're going to be perfectly fine. I have repelling Bastille, cannot talk today. Basically keeping enemies inside of the little vortex on a regular basis, while also, if you keep throwing more of those balls basically they just keep absorbing balls over and over and over, and you can also increase the amount of duration on a regular basis over and over and over. All right. And the last one I'm going to show on that list is Banshee. Resonance and Sonic Fracture are all you need. Give her high strength, and basically you are just killing everything in sight. And the survivability, yet again, is on the board. So I'll bring out the enemies one more time. You can step up them just to get rid of the armors if you want to, that's up to you. But I also have to bring out Silence, which stuns the ever-living hell of them, and then Sonar. Basically, everything is muffled. Now, I know the numbers were not really great to be seen while I was demonstrating with her, so I'm going to use something else instead, which is my Protopathesis, and show you a little bit of a different picture. Again, bring the enemies out. Silence. Sonar. And start throwing. Basically, as long as you hit the sonar parts, you're fine. And at the same time, you're just going to be hearing a lot of muffled shots, or muffled hits for that matter. But I accidentally got her to Void Cascade level cap a while back, and I've done this multiple times ever since. So she is really, really useful when it comes to helping other players out. It's just that, again, people keep saying, oh, I can't survive. Well then, use this. And that's it when it comes to the lessons that are here, but I do want to leave with one final note. every day there are people who are talking to the trading chat, the recruitment chat, the Q&A chat, and the region chat that no one wants to see. It's not that hard to reach out to a fellow Tenno when you're asking for either a trade, someone to help you out in case you need something asked about, or if you need just to vibe with some people just by talking on here. Now, mind you, is it okay all the time to talk to somebody through a computer? Not really, no. But at the same time, they're right, let's face it. We're here to have fun, and we're also here to make friends. We're also here to share what everybody else wants to share. You know, not everybody's going to have the same strategy as you. Not everybody's going to have the same equipment as you. But at the same time, it is good to give back. If it was not for my Warframe mentor named Glitch Variable, I would not be where I am right now. I would not have this game skill sets that I have right now. I would not be taking my time to teach you all what I've learned in this game over the past few years or so. What I want to do is encourage everybody to make friends on a regular basis. As you can see here that, yes, I can understand that not everybody is on here on a regular basis every single day. There are some players I've seen who basically just said, I quit. But at the same time, they're right, I've also seen them in other games. I've seen them on the First Ascendant, I've seen them on Genshin. I've seen them on Borderlands for that matter. You just have to try your best and reach out and say, hey, I need help, or hey, can I help you? And that's honestly it. So, while I understand that this game can be played solo, I try my best not to do that. Not unless I have to. But again, reach out to other players on a regular basis to see what you can learn from them or what they can learn from you. And that's it for today. That everyone.